So, you want to paint your truck, your car, your Bronco, motorcycle. Well, I figured I would just go on the record as a complete novice and share my experience. That way, if you want to, you have any inclination of going that far, my advice, don't. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm on my way back from day 5 of it being in the booth for spraying my Bronco. And I'll say this, painting isn't that difficult. It's just very time consuming, and you have to have the right, I don't want to say personality, but the right mindset for it, because it's very detail oriented and you have to take your time doing a lot of the steps in order to get it to turn out the way that you're hoping it turns out. So if I were to give a few pointers of what got me to this stage, I guess I could start with a little backstory. We built the truck, we were taking it around town, and I parked it next to another Bronco at a car show, and it was painted canary yellow as compared to my guerrilla warfare machine, where it looked like it was a few different colors of primer because of different coats, and that was really to just protect the metal. And it's a lifted Bronco, so it looks pretty cool, but it didn't get the looks. Well, I didn't really care, but old Carol, oh, she was upset that nobody looked at her truck and everybody looked at the canary yellow Bronco, which was completely stock, lifted, or it wasn't even lifted, it was uncut. So I said, all right, well, I guess I'll learn how to paint. I guess we'll go that far. So getting from then until now, I went the whole way from bare metal. I did any kind of filling that I had to in the metal with welding and grinding it smooth. I put on body filler on top of the metal after it was a type of etch metal prep was used. And then the body filler went on, got block sanders, long blocks, soft blocks, all kind of sandpaper. We sanded it smooth to then putting epoxy primer on it, and then primer surfacer. I put 3 coats of primer surfacer on it and thought it was going to be good. Well, boy, was I wrong. It then went for 2 additional in the booth primer surfacer sessions. So all in all, it had 3 sessions of primer surfacer where those all got blocked out until my guide coat was all gone. And I still found a few flaws, but that's okay. I mean, that's how this goes, to where now I'm caught up. I'm spraying a sealer coat, base coat, and clear coat. And I'll put that stuff out in another video going through all of that in detail. But the more advice portion of this, from a complete novice standpoint, I had a lot of fun doing it because I live and breathe in the analysis of all of it and doing the research to make sure I get it right. But I went from 0 to 100. I didn't go anywhere in between, and I didn't take the time to, practice all kind of different panels and seeing what happens when you do this and that with the gun. I tried to get everything right for game day. And I think, take note of this, if you're looking to do this, I think that this is the best advice that I had seen on the internet or in all of the things that I've read. There's a guy by the name of Tony Bandalos. He has I think his is Learn Auto Body and Paint. That's his website, and you can get a PDF from him if you're interested, or he has videos on YouTube. What he was saying is, when he was growing up, his dad painted cars, and he said he didn't get to paint many cars in the beginning, and his dad always told him, watch what I do and do it in your head and mimic everything that I do, and then you'll be successful. That alone, I think, was the tipping point for me that said, okay, I need to go out there and I need to watch people do it on YouTube, because I don't have access to an auto body collision shop or a community college right now where I can just go and learn it in a class or talk to people. So I watched a lot of people doing it, and the nuances of how they spray it, their body movement, what they're doing with the gun, setting it up. That was very helpful. So then I set out my dad got me a book for my birthday. It talked about all kind of things that I never even thought of with a paint job, like certain tools that you'll need. I knew that I'd have to do primer and do block sanding, but the small stuff, like, okay, here's what a body filler does, here's what a putty does, a glaze. It just explained all kind of different methods if you had to go and do a scratch and buff type deal or a full body shoot. I mean, the shoot that I did was straight up custom paint work instead of just painting over something. I mean, it was taken from the ground up. So I'm excited to get that stuff out there. But in the custom world, you're doing a lot of things to make it show quality. You're making every panel straight. Whereas if your car is already straight, then you can just scuff the surface, spray some kind of sealer on it, and go. For me, I ran into a lot of kinks. I then had the other good piece of advice that I heard. I was pretty defeated whenever I had a piece of primer sealer crack on the tailgate, and I went back to the drawing board, and a guy by the name of Tetz, if you don't know him, he's well versed in the automotive world. He was on trucks, and he's now with Eastwood. His videos are amazing. I'll get to those in just a second. But he said the difference between a hobbyist and a painter is the painter will go and take the time to fix any mistakes that he had, whereas the hobbyist will just keep spraying. And I thought, wow, okay, now I need to do the research to see how I'm gonna fix this. I ended up taking it down to bare metal, putting body filler in it, spraying primer surfacer, and going. And what I found with Tetz is if you're not big into YouTube, he has a DVD series called Paintucation. I mean, he's a little old school, but he's still pretty current. But he talks a lot in his videos about his DVDs, and it's kind of funny because he gives so many good tips. And I think it's just because of how much he loves auto body and building cars. He can't help himself. So he's a really great resource. I mean, he talks anywhere from how to go from bare metal up to show quality paint, how to spray your gun, all the things that you would need in a shop in order to get it done. Great resource. I mean, there's so many others. There's a guy that works for Acura. I'll put his name in the description. I can't think of it right now. And there's another guy who, I think he's a teacher at a community college. He talks a lot about the problems you may have and how to fix them. But what I'm getting at is, since I didn't have all of the resources of in person, I just went and tried to live vicariously through them, or just stand beside them in their videos and see what they're doing. And what I'm getting at is this takes time. It takes research. It takes a lot of just organization so that you know what you're doing step by step. I wrote out a playbook of everything that I needed to do from day one up until the finish. And it's not all fluid. I thought I was going to be in the booth for 4 days. Well, I thought I could cut it down to 3. That was dumb. I was in there for 4. I'm leaving from day 5. I have day 6 planned out tomorrow. So it's a lot of logistics in my situation because we need to take the truck from Pensacola out to the paint booth, which is an hour away. And we don't have this stuff just in-house so that I can just take it next door into the booth. So a lot of planning. I gotta get a trailer, I gotta haul it back and forth, take the panels, make sure they're right. So all in all, it's a lot of work. You need to be prepared for all of this to happen. Don't get discouraged because I sprayed clear today, and it's like all of those problems that I had just were washed away. Wait till you see, the clear flows out. Yeah, you might have orange peel in it, but that's why you put on X amount of coats in order to go and color sand it. So that's going to be a new process for me. I've already done the research, and I'm pretty confident I know what I'm doing there with the wet sanding. So if you're interested and you want to ask me questions, clearly I'm no expert, but I think from a novice standpoint, I at least understand the process. So ask me questions of where I found something. I'm happy to help in the comments below. Otherwise, if you are looking to paint, just make sure that you are a detail-oriented person, and if you're not, just do what you can in order to set yourself up to be that kind of way. and I think that that'll pay dividends in the end. I think so, with the finish that I have on the truck after leaving the booth today. So I'll post, I have footage from start to finish of body work the whole way up to actually painting the truck, so that is to come. And reassembly, that's going to take some time, but you know, spring's coming up, we'll get it back together, out to the shows, and hopefully if it goes next to another canary yellow Bronco, it might attract a few more people. We can only hope. So leave me a comment, leave me a like, subscribe, tell others about it. I'm happy to help. Oh, another person, shout out to Smoky Hayes, old friend Derek from back home. He helped us out quite a bit, you know. Oh, that jogs my memory of the last point that I should probably make. He was very helpful in kind of clearing up some of the minutia that I caught myself in. If you read forums and you're on there and you surf, they're a great tool because they answer questions really quickly on Google. But in my opinion, what's on the forums, out of the 100% that's out there, I would say only 10% is probably accurate. And that could be skewed. I don't really care. The problem is people get on there and they argue with each other and they go back and forth, and it's just too much to work through. So if you don't have access, like I was saying, to all those resources, try and find somebody who's done it and then ask them questions in person. And then if you can educate yourself, then you can read through all of the BS that's out there. Now, there is really good information that's on those forums. I'm not gonna just completely trash them, but some of the stuff that I was reading, it's just, I had to read through all the muck and grime to get to the actual point. So all in all, you know, that guy, Derek, he helped us out quite a bit because I was so worried about humidity or something else that he said, you know, you guys will be fine. He paints cars every day. So I think if you can find somebody like that, it's very helpful. Takeaways here, I know I'm long-winded. Your resources are going to be in person, a guy who's painted, videos on YouTube. Get yourself a book. I'll put a picture of the book that I have. It was very helpful because, like I said, it talked about the small little things that I didn't have, like a dirt pick. I never knew you had a dirt pick for bugs that fly into your clear coat. Or I didn't know that back in the day they used to use lead in sail panels. It goes through certain things that you might find if you're doing old cars. So I'll post that as well, and then I'll put a couple of the names of the guys, maybe subscribe to them on YouTube because they're very educational. The one guy's an elementary school teacher and paints cars on the side. If you listen to him talk, he is so thorough just because he day in and day out teaches kids. He's like explaining it to me as if I'm a 5th grader, and it's so nice. So take the time. Don't be afraid to do it. Like I said, it's not that difficult. It just takes a lot of knowledge and a lot of detail, and you can achieve it. It does take practice. I mean, I did have practice on different panels and the frame and whatnot, but I'm a fast learner. I mean, not to brag or anything, but I think I was able to pick it up pretty quickly. So anybody else can do it. If not, there's always someone else that, you know, will at least try. So best of luck to you. Let me know what you think, and we'll get the other stuff out soon. All right, take care, you too.